somebody to share something. Someone that I have a lot of love and respect for. Because 他是住在石州呢，他是一个非常著名的 energy healer。是他从来没有做过这个平台，可是为什么他选择来做 3？ 这个世界很巧妙 ，but I'll tell the 巧妙 later. So I said this world is very magical, and I said that you're in an energy healing world, and you have never involved actively building this industry. And so maybe Ron, you can share with everybody why you choose to do 3 and what you see here.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's great to see so many people that I saw when I was in Asia. It's wonderful to be with you all again. I got involved in this because a friend of mine who sold me a house said, you know what, I've got this thing I think you'd be interested in. I'm like, okay. And he said, you know, I've got somebody I want to introduce you to. I'm like, okay. And as it got closer to the moment that we were going to be doing this, he goes, you know, the person you're going to be meeting is Kim. I'm like, it didn't dawn on me. And I'm like, Kim? And he said, the person that you bought the house from. We were looking for a home. We moved to Sedona without having a home, and we were searching for one. We couldn't find it. The whole real estate industry went south, and everything was so incredibly expensive. So Gary was fortunate enough to know Kim that I did not know at that point, and did not know who she was. And everything that I focus on is from here. It's entirely from here. I do everything from a heart space. It's all about how it feels, and that's how I connect with people. And when Gary told me it was Kim, I'm going to give you a short snippet of what happened. We were looking for the house. I looked at the house about 2 years ago, and I didn't want it because it needed a lot of work. Kim happened to buy the house and was going to turn it into an Airbnb. And because the neighborhood asked her not to, she chose not to. And she said she wanted to sell it to a family. And Gary hooked us up with a home. And when we found out what was done to it, I'm like, we want it. We want to get it. And Kim was still doing work on the house. Even after we made the decision to purchase it, she should have been done with it. And she said, no, there's going to be a master that's going to buy this house, so I want to finish certain things. And we didn't know each other. So we ended up with the house. Gary told me about this opportunity. I walked up to the home where this was, and the products were sitting out on a water feature, but there was a little waterfall. I could feel the energy of the products. I didn't even know why I was there fully, because he didn't even tell me. I'm like, I'll go, because it was Gary. I felt the quality of the products before I even walked in the door and tried them. I walked in, I met Kim for all of about 10, 30 seconds, something like that. And I'm like, I like her. And then I hung out with everybody that was there for the meeting. I love the energy of every single person that was there and why they were there. And some of the people that were there are here this weekend. And at that moment, I looked at my wife, Angela, and I said, we're gonna do this. And she looked at me and she goes, what? And I said, we're gonna do this. So I ended up the next day buying a founder's pack. I didn't touch it for 6 months. Literally, it came. Every day I go into my office and I'm working with people, and it's sitting over here right on my left-hand side. And I would just look at it and go, yep, not time, not time. And then one day I'm going, now I need to open it up. I opened it up, I started taking it, and about 2 weeks later, I got a phone call from Gary. He says, and Gary and Kim are good friends. And Gary said to me, he goes, you should come to Asia. I just barely started doing anything with it. And it all just started happening. I got to meet Kim. We got to spend some time together. I fell in love with her. I mean, literally, she is one of the kindest individuals I have ever met in my life. Sincere to the bone. And when I say that, I don't say that lightly, because in 60 years, I've met very few people that have the quality of integrity of who she is. And when she was talking about the company, and she was sharing the company with me, I just fell in love with it full throttle. I was all in at that point, and there was nothing that was going to stop me. Except my wife was a little bit of a doubting Thomas at the point, and she'll admit it. So I'm not saying anything she's not comfortable hearing. But what ended up happening was, as I got further into it, it changed me. Because everything I've done in my life, because I've been what we would call wired. I came born with the energetics. I just came born being sensitive to everything and being able to read energy. And when I went to Asia and I met so many of you wonderful individuals, you literally, who you are and how you live, are a reflection of her, but you also had it innately, each and every one of you. And I saw it in all of you, and I fell in love with you. You opened my heart in a way I have never had my heart open before. I was embraced by you without you even knowing me. And the only thing I could do was embrace every single one of you. And that changed my life. But realize it's not just you. All of you are here because of what this company represents. This company is heart and soul, first, foremost, and always. The products were birthed on that. The vision of it started there, and the people that came to it, and the people that she drew to her, all the ones you just heard, Daniel Piku, and I forgot your name. Troy, thank you, Troy. Troy, who's here. It's all of Dr. Dan. I talked with him for a while. Heart and soul, every single one of you. That's why I'm here, because that is everything to me. And I have always been focused on seeing the world change. From the time I was little, I wanted to see the world become what I know it can be. And it's one massive family with a bunch of unique individuals that are beautiful to be around and share with. And that's what Kim's vision is. And that's why I love what this is, but I love her for who she is. But I also love her for what she's doing, because this is what life is meant to be.
Ron, you know I love you wholeheartedly. Ron is one of the most beautiful human beings I know. 非常漂亮，非常 beautiful。你听他说话是不是很舒服？哦，我告诉你，他的 healing is incredible。Okay, all right. So, I hope that 这个通过这短短的分享，会您的心门打开，也希望通过这个平台带给大家更健康，也带给大家财富自由。谢谢大家 ，Safe travel，Thank you so much，Thank you，谢谢。